car. So this is a multimedia kit. Basically, it's an alpha model. For some reason, Hobby Design, I think they are the same company as Alpha Model. They repackage some of the kits in these boxes. I've no idea why, but they do. It's basically an Alpha Model kit in here of the legendary Nissan R33 400R. Not my favourite of the Skylines. I prefer the R34 and the R32 and the R35. But seeing this one, I don't think the box art does it any justice, because in real life this car is absolutely beautiful. So these were a limited edition. I think the 44 were made. They were made in Nismo's factory, obviously, or hand built. I think they were in Nismo's factory. And I think it was in honour of Nissan's participation in Le Mans in the 90s, creating the ultimate GTR, I guess. So yeah, 44 in existence. I've already got my colour picked. I am going to be doing Nissan Deep Marine Blue, which is the colour of the car they sold recently for $500,000, I think it was. Ridiculous amount of money, but it seems to be the thing nowadays. Rare cars go for a lot of money. So, anyway, in the box got our instructions and all our little goodies in there, all the photo etch, well packaged as always. We've got our tyres, we've got our body shell. I've had a quick look through the box. I've not had a proper look though. We've got lots of bags of bits. I'm going to get them all out and put them there, and our clear parts. And again, nothing else in there, so we'll pop that to one side out of the way. And we'll put all the bits at the top, up there, and we'll go through them one at a time in a minute. So we'll go through this. Now I've opened this. This was nicely wrapped up and sealed like that and taped up, so it was beautifully sealed. Like I say, I have been through the box and like a heathen, not put anything back the way it was. So the interior chassis is one unit. Actually some really nice detail on the underside of this, which is very, very nice for these kits. They don't always get under chassis detail, but this one has got quite a bit in it. So you've got the exhaust system, you've got some of the transmission, prop shaft, drive shaft, differential, etc. And obviously the exhaust system is there with the back box, which will be in the kit. Substantial piece of resin, and obviously this also forms the interior as well. I'm not a fan of that. I like it when it's a separate piece, but yeah, it is what it is. So pretty cool. Flawless resin as always, absolutely beautifully cast. Really is absolutely superb stuff. The body shell, so a pretty good body shell. Did have a bit of a flaw. It looks like they filled something in here, and I could feel it. So I actually sanded it back the other day just to make sure it wasn't a flaw on the body. But other than that, it's a good looking R33. This one, like I said, it's not my favourite Skyline, but just seeing this thing in that beautiful blue sold me this kit. It was £140. You can still get these on Hobby Design site. It'd probably be a bit dearer from there, but just a flawless, beautiful piece of resin of an absolutely beautiful car. I love this bonnet rise here, absolutely stunning. Got the iconic R33 spoiler, the Skyline lights on the back. Very, very, very nice. Beautiful piece of resin. Panel lines are all absolutely beautifully engraved on this one. I don't even think they need rescribing. There's some of the cleanest, crispest panel lines I've seen on one of these kits. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Yeah, really nice piece of resin there. So there's the body shell. We're just going to grab bags as we go. So these look like interior parts. So I've already been through the box and checked off everything in here. It's the most important step of these kits. Because they're limited run, when you buy a kit, check it's all there because you won't get spares for these. So there's the rear seat bench. Make sure we're focused. There we go. Nothing really to look at there, but still absolutely beautiful piece of resin. Got the dashboard there as well. Typical plain Japanese dashboard. But again, beautiful resin. Some nice detail on the top. Absolutely just flawlessly cast resin. Pretty bland seats, so I think, yeah, but they are part of the car, I suppose. I was going to say I'd upgrade them, but they're part of this car, so I think the seats will probably stay. Very, very nice. So there's those. So as always with these bits and bobs, there's the bag on for that. There it is. If you find any loose bits of resin, chuck them back in your bag. You will thank me later, because at some point building these kits, you'll find something missing off the corner of a seat or just something broken. And if you saved every piece of resin, then you'll still have it, because these do get broken. Resin is pretty brittle, so you have got to be careful. So we've got the rear partial shelf, some detail there for some speaker grills and what have you. Door cards, left and right, make sure they are the correct ones. Again, it's kind of a pretty bland interior, this actual looking. I'm not sure the colours. I'm not sure what they were like inside. I'd have to have a look. So yeah, it says 2 door cards and a thing. A something or other. I have no idea what it is, but whatever it is beautifully cast in resin. So I'm not your biggest JDM buff. We do have a JDM build on the go at the minute. I'm doing a Feed RX7 from Alpha Models, funnily enough. But I don't know a lot about these cars at all. But I just build what catches my eye. Brake discs, not the biggest brakes. Steering wheel surround. So I'll have a photo-etch centre, just like the RX7 I'm building now. We've got handbrake, gear shifter, interior mirror, some nice big exhausts there as well. I thought there's a part missing, but it's not. It's how it's supposed to be. We've got our wheel hubs. One of them's broken off, but they're there as well. They're very flimsy, these ones. There's not a lot to them, considering that's where they screw in place. They're not the most substantial. They all look to be about the same depth. Obviously, they've got the brake caliper location points in the different places. We've got the front bumper insert, which I'm assuming goes just there and screws in place. But look at that. Absolutely lovely. Such an aggressive front end. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. I am planning to build this soon as well. I think I'm going to build it side by side with the RX-7. It's too cool of a car not to do, and it fits into the JDM build. We've got some insets for the speakers and what have you on the interior somewhere. I take it as well. So again, you just can't fault Hobby Design, Alpha Models, resin. Some of the older stuff can be a bit hit and miss. I built some of the older kits lately, and they're not as good. They're not as well kind of polished or, finessed, but they are still absolutely beautiful kits. But I can't stress enough, if you buy any of these kits from anywhere, even brand new, check all the bits are there, especially on things like this. That pour plug, this is poured resin, because there's the pour stub where it's been in its mould. Just check every single part on the sprue, and look, things like that, this tiny little bit, they can pop off. It'll look like a scrap bit of resin, and you can throw it away easily. So just double check and make sure it's always there. So yeah, even small parts are absolutely beautifully cast. There's our exhaust. Is it a single exhaust? Why the hell do we get 2 tips in? What's that about? It's a bit random. We'll have a look through the instructions in a bit. Nice big back box there. We've got an instrument cluster there for the dashboard. Got another bit there, intercooler or oil cooler or something. Probably an intercooler on this. Beautiful. Got our rear. Are they the rears or the fronts? I'm going to guess they're the fronts, because the rounds are rear, aren't they? Yeah, you dummy. Front light lenses or headlights. Calipers, tiny calipers on this. Compared to modern day standard calipers, they're tiny. Very small, nicely detailed nonetheless. We've got a very nice piece for the dashboard. Look at that, nice bit of detail in that. Beautiful. You see all the radio there, the cassette player. Very, very nice. And one wing mirror, taking the other ones over there, and the spoiler insert for the back. So how easy does that fit? Ooh, that's going to need a little bit of a flex to get in there. But it should be quite a positive fit, and resin is quite malleable to a degree. So yeah, be careful. We do have one wing mirror. There's the other one in there. I can see it. Stereotypical wing mirror there. So looks good so far. We've got some nice decals of this one as well for the stripes down the side, which we'll get to in a minute as well. And the wheels, the split wing wheels on this, absolutely beautiful too. Right, so we've got a cross brace thingy. We've got vents for top of the bonnet, I'm assuming. No, they're not for the bonnet, must be on the bumper somewhere. Or they could be the partial shelf, actually. There's the other mirror. Make sure it is the opposite side mirror. Where did that mirror go? In there. Yeah, it's the opposite mirror. Then we've got... Are they door handles? No. The chicken rails for inside. It looks like it. Interesting parts. We've got another spoiler. What the hell? How many spoilers does this thing have? Okay, weird. Okay, we've got another spoiler. We've got a lower spoiler times 2. What on earth is going on here with this? Anyway, door cards, inserts there with the handles. Separate. We've got a surround. I'm taking that a grill for the front. Somewhere. And our clutch, brake, and accelerator pedals. Yeah, I've had to look through those instructions and figure out some of those parts because they're a little bit odd. Why have we got 2 spoilers? It looks like we've got 2 mini spoiler raised lips there as well. In there, we've got the steering column. I'm not going to get it out because I've got a habit of breaking these with our indicator lights, etc. And these wheels, which are absolutely beautiful split rims. And in there are some teeny tiny turn metal tyre valves as well. So, split rims. They are actually separate parts, which is nice to see. So, these are white on the car, and they'll be definitely going white. And they are very, very nice wheels. Very pretty. I think they're all the same size. So, no problem there. In we go. So, yeah, definitely doing those white because they look very, very cool in white on the real car. And then tyres. Now, look, that's a bit of solder. We don't need that. That's not out this kit. I was soldering brass P the other day on the RX-7. And then tyres. Let's have a look. I'll just grab one of them. Oh my god, they are actually marked. It is a miracle. Look at that. Michelin. So we've got Michelin, wherever it is. Yeah, why can't they do this in all the kits? Sorry, I'm out of shot there. Why can't they do this in all the kits? Just give us a mark. And not the best, but it just adds a bit of detail. So that's a really nice touch. I like that. So yeah, you've got 4 of those in there. Then we have screws, 2 sets. What looks like some sort of button. I'm not going to get it out because I'll lose it. And a very nice turned aluminium gear shifter there as well, which is quite nice. And obviously all the screws in the back. Then in here we've got all the clear parts. Come on. There we go. Right, so headlights are clear, but not the smoothest cast. They're a bit ripply, but at least they're clear this time, which is good. So we've got 2 headlights. They're both... That one's a bit... That one's not as clear. Honestly, lets them down lately. All the headlights and lights have been crap lately. Got these iconic rear lights, which look spot on. They look really good, nice and clear. We've got the 2 bumper inserts. I'm taking their bumper inserts, are they? Hard to tell. Should go for the instructions first, shouldn't I, really? So we've got those 2 as well. And the third one, which is the skyline bar for the back, taking it, yep. So that will sit in there, like so. And then we've got some smaller headlights and indicators, side indicators there as well. So the clear parts aren't bad. Certainly not the worst I've seen. That brand new 599 I've literally just built There's a brand spanking new release. The headlights in that were terrible. They didn't fit properly and they were really cloudy, which is disappointing on a 150 quid kit that I actually did by myself as well. So, not the best. Right, instructions and all the goodie bags in there. So, obviously, there's where I checked everything off. I literally just go through, highlighter, mark through everything I've found. Yeah, you're supposed to get 2 spoilers, look. Okay. Bit odd. We'll have a look at it in a second. We'll come back to that. Let's go through the little goodie bag, which I've not even opened yet. Oh, yeah, because it's slipped in half, which I thought was a bit odd. Right, so we've got the clear acetate windows. I know this is the bit most people are terrified of. They are a pain in the arse, I'm not going to lie. But once you've done a few, they're not that bad to do. We've got a nice decal sheet we'll look at in a second. We've got the horrendous brass PE seat belts, which we never use. We've got some instrument panel decals we'll look at in a sec. We've got the seat belts and some reflectors in there and the Skyline logo in there as well. It's all back to front, but you can't see it through this side. You can a little bit. Accelerator pedals. Come on. Yeah, a few nice bits in there. We've got window surrounds, windscreen surrounds, the centre of the steering wheel. You get a choice of 2 by the look of it. Yeah, we get our accelerator pedals. Oh, we get them in PE as well as resin. We've got our brake discs, which we have solid and grooved. With a nice Nismo stencil as well, like intercooler, which is a nice touch. We've got speaker grills for the outsides, bits like that. So nice to get that stencil, that's a good touch. Then we've got some grills, instrument binnacle surrounds, window wipers, more grills, footrest by the look of it. Like I say, the choice of 2 different brake discs. For me, it would be the groove because they just look a little bit more interesting. And if I can get this open. Come on, out you come. Don't be a pain. Why has it got to be a pain? Always has to be, doesn't it? So these look like instrument decals. Yeah, they are, look. So they're a separate little sheet for all the speedo, rev counter, so on and so forth. So that's a nice little touch. So I can go back in there like that. And then the main decal sheet, we got the 400R decal and stripe, which if we're doing blue, I'll probably do white because it'll go with the white wheels. We've then got a whole host of instrument clusters, the spoiler, wing, more decals for the sides. Most of these will probably go on because I'm going to guess these are on the real car. But Hub Design decals, absolutely fantastic decals. There's a nice choice on there. Nice to get the different options of the stripes. Quite a few like sponsorship decals in there as well. So yeah, very cool. So you get the main instrument binnacle and all those other ones must be the separate ones for that pop we saw earlier. So these decals would be fantastic. They always are. And like I say, there we go. There's our Nissan R33 400R. Oh, we need to look at the instructions. I was ending that then. We're not done. Bloody hell, Paul. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right then. So, like I say, parts layout, make sure everything's there. And these are like the vaguest of the vague instructions in the world. They're basically a very basic build guide. So there's our instruments, steering wheel, column, all those decals going in place there on that little binnacle that fits. Where the hell does that fit? Does it go under the... Oh, it does. Goes under the passenger footwell. It's not very good, is it? Anyway. Got interior going in. Seatbelts going in. Steering wheel on. Rear spoiler, the rear lights. The exhaust. So yeah, we get double exhaust and double spoilers. How odd. How very odd. Anyway, rear partial shelf with the speakers and those grills we've seen earlier. The rails for inside. They're the door handles for the front. Gotcha. PE window wipers, which again, I know a lot of people are kind of terrified of as well. But again, once you've done a few of them, they're not that bad. We've got all the brakes being assembled there as well. Fairly straightforward. Screwing them in place. Oh, hang on. I'll make that a bit bigger. There we go. screwing them in place as well. The hub's going in, so you need to make sure you get your fronts and your backs. Decal locations, so yeah, we will pop all these on this one, I think. They are part of the car. Very, very cool. And on the back, we've got windows going in with the surrounds, window wipers, the grills, headlights, the stencil going in place, that surround, that lower kind of front valance, more grills going in place, the side lights, the mirrors, and the side windows as well. And there we go. So that's it. I'll put this one back in shot again in case I missed it earlier, being out of full screen, just in case you didn't see it. So it looks, there's not a huge part count in there. So it's not going to be the most complex of builds. The interior is going to be pretty basic. But yeah, we're an epic looking car, and I can't wait to build this one. That blue is going to look phenomenal. It really is. So for the proper